Mm-mm. Hey, babe. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel, honey. It is Jamie, that's me. If you all have yet to go ahead and hit that like button, please go ahead and do so now. If you're not subscribed, you just might want to. So go ahead and do that as well. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, Lavita? Good morning, Jamie. Heading to church soon, but I'm pressing that like button, and I will catch you in the replay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We appreciate it, honey. Yes, definitely catch us in the replay. What's up, Mimi? What's going on? I was looking at the ground for snow when Maurice started spinning his tail to Kimmi. We're definitely going to get into it. Now, let me go ahead and let y'all know. Before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay, I'm just going to give y'all a heads up, girl. We're going to be talking about Ready to Love first. Then we're going to switch over into Marry Me Now, okay? And then we're going to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, all right? Just want to go and give y'all a quick heads up, girl, because I know a lot of y'all be ready to go ahead and hop into it and talk about some things, girl. But we got to wait for more people to get up, okay, so they could join us as we talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? What's going on, Kimberly, Chasmine? What's up, honey? What's up, CF, Cassandra? What's going on? What's up, Mocha? What's up, J28T, Justina, Marcia, Claire, Cynthia, honey? What's up, Phil? Devon Rick? What's going on? Hey, Candy. What is up? What's up? What's up? Nicole. What's up, Omar, Sharice? What's going on, honey? Let's go ahead, y'all. What's up, everybody? Jalen. What's up, Latasha? Okay, I see some everybody up in here today, girl. What's up, Rashabi? I hope I said that right. Girl, let's keep it going. What you saying, child Jamie? Where you got this Ashley from Potomac Mama wig? Baby, first of all, my wig is hitting, okay? Well, meanwhile, you ain't even got a profile pic. Let's talk about that, okay? That's number one. Okay, you're not gonna come for me on this good Sunday as cute as I look, baby. And it's on P. Don't be trying to relate me to Ashley, boo. We two different people. My man is black and my man is young. And that's on P. What else is going on? What was it? Exactly, girl. What's up, Lisa, honey? What's going on, Miss TJ? What's up? What's up, Mrs. Purpose One? Okay, what's up, Kalisa? We leaving the best for last, and you already know it. Girl, first of all, let's talk about how I'm hot as hell up in here, and it's cold outside. You know, this Georgia weather is so confusing. Girl, it was freezing this morning when I went and got my Starbucks, right? But then now, girl, it's hot as hell, and the sun is out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on. And Rashbi, girl, you ain't even been on the channel for the past few lives, okay? You got to be here more consistently so you can stay in tune, okay? What's up, Amethyst, Dolores, Tawana? What's going on, girl? Let's talk about it, y'all. What's up? I'm be here all day saying, hey, y'all. Bro, let's talk. Okay, so let's get into Ikea. Ikea says that she doesn't want to have anything to do with Eric, okay? Y'all remember, we fell off on the last episode. She said she didn't want to have nothing to do with him. They didn't give us the episode on last week, but what they did give us was like a snippet of the things that she said. She didn't like that when they got ready to take a picture together, he ended up touching up on her in a way that she did not like. 1 second. Shout out to everybody over here on TikTok. We are talking about Ready to Love, Marry Me Now, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, so if you'd like to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. Okay, so yeah, we ended up seeing, even though they didn't come on last week, they did drop us a snippet of some things she had to say, and then some text messages and things were leaked about what happened. So it seems like he touched her inappropriately by kind of like, you know, putting his hands up there where her breasts are. Okay, so that was a problem. She did not like that. She had to check him in that moment, and that's what was going on. All right, she didn't like it, but it made me think. And y'all tell me, I'm not saying that she like that's her body. She could feel how she want to feel, but it made me feel like, could it have been something else in addition to that just made her be like, that's it. Because I feel like if he touched your breast, you didn't like it. I feel like, okay, that's where you check somebody and you teach a person how to treat you by letting them know and being vocal. Like, hey, I didn't like when you did this. I didn't like when you did that. Moving forward, let's X, Y, and Z. I don't think it would have been a, hey, you're not it. I'm not interested. The line has drawn with him. I don't want to have anything else to do with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was just a little awkward and made me wonder if more happened to the situation than what we know, which is why she just wanted to cut off all communication with him. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not that deep because we're different people, but I would have thought that it would have been something they could have talked about and could have moved forward from. You know what I'm saying? But I guess not. But nephew Tommy said he was going to talk to him. And when nephew Tommy went to sit down with him, girl, it wasn't even a lot of talking. Actually, Eric was the one that did all the talking because he already knew his ass was in trouble. Okay. So he was the one that did all of the talking. Matter of fact, we could go ahead and talk about that and wrap them up. Eric comes in, like I said, with all the answers, okay? Tommy didn't even get a chance to ask him any questions. Eric was right out the gate. Listen, you know I know I did some things wrong, okay? I know that I hurt her, okay? Somebody got back to me. I made her feel uncomfortable. And, you know, that's the last thing that I would want to do, Tommy. I would never want to do that to anybody. And you know what? I think what should happen next is I'm going to remove myself from this process because, you know, I'm not ready to love. I guess that was your way of doing it because you didn't want to hear nobody else tell you is that you weren't ready to love, huh? Because your only true connection you had was Ikea and somewhat Miss Carmen. Okay, somewhat Miss Carmen was your good connection as well, which is interesting because when I saw the messages leak, and if this was indeed Eric saying this, he was saying that he told Ikea that Carmen had moved up to being his number one, and he felt like Ikea was more embarrassed. And I'm like, well, if she moved up to being your number one, and you was all in on Carmen, then why would you leave the show and say that you're not ready to love? That means you was never interested in Carmen, and the only person that you had there that was of interest was Ikea. So you the type of man that when somebody check you or don't like something that you did, you like to make them feel terrible about themselves, okay? The way you started being talked about the lady gerbil's mouth, okay? Allegedly, girl. They said it was your text messages, but I can't prove that to be fact, okay? But at the end of the day, you do kind of give me that energy, though, Eric, that you are that type of person, okay? So there's that. What else? Yeah, so he decided to bow out. He said he need to figure out what it is that he need and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right then, Eric, bye. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's move on. What else do we have? So Joy, Laverne, Clifton, and her ex ended up linking up, okay? Laverne came in, and he didn't seem like he was threatened at all. I don't know. He just seemed like he was just prepared for whatever, or maybe that's just the act that Laverne puts on, okay? What else? Clifton arrived, but Clifton kind of showed that he was uncomfortable. Like, what the hell is this? And if this is your ex and this is somebody you bring to the table to have a conversation with me, how often do y'all talk and link up? Like, let the people know because we want to know. And then the homeboy is like, well, wait a minute, sir. Hold what you got. Okay, because this jealousy that you leading with, that's not going to get far with Miss Girl over here. Clifton's like, oh, so you think I'm jealous? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, that question you asked was rooted in jealousy. So what do you think? What do you think? He going to talk some of my past experiences. That's your past experiences, sir. Now, granted, I understand like that's something that, you know, be mindful of, but I don't think that's something you gotta just like think that that's gonna happen to her just because it happened in your past, or you think that it's gonna happen again. It makes me think that the reason you mentioned that was more so about how you operate as a man than it is how it is with a woman. Now, you said based on your past, so was it because you said that your marriage ended because of you? So that makes me think that you used to reach back to your exes and all that other stuff. Okay, so that was really on you and not the women. Okay, so I don't know what that was about, but I ain't like it. Anyway, what else? But we did end up seeing where Clifton, you know, he just kind of opened up more, and he did admit that he's been, you know, getting the help that he needs to get. He was admitting the fact that his marriage suffered because of him and stuff. So he was very honest about that. Okay, now once the date was over, her ex said that he thinks Clifton, he said Clifton is more of her type because he's open and he's honest, okay? But he comes with risk. And I'm like, what person doesn't when you get in a relationship with somebody? Like, you don't, like, they may be amazing, but you don't know if they're ever gonna break your heart. Like, I mean, it's just, all of it's a risk. So what do you mean by that? He didn't really elaborate, but he also didn't give us a lot of details about Laverne. Okay, so we don't know what's really going on or how he really felt about Laverne, because I don't recall hearing it. I guess he just felt like Laverne wasn't really her type. You know what I'm saying? Again, what's up, everybody over here on TikTok? We're talking about Ready to Love, Marry Me Now, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you'd like to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. What else we got? What you said, Kalisa? I definitely think Clifton was coming from a place where he has messed with an ex. Okay, I agree. All in says, I think that ex may have meant well, but was rude. He was trying to show his dominance. You think so? I didn't take that. I didn't take him as trying to show his dominance at all. Maybe I felt that way about Ace's partner, her ex. It was something that he was giving off a weird energy, but we'll talk about that. I think it was him. I'm sure I felt that way about one of them, but it wasn't him. I didn't catch that with her guy. But y'all let me know if y'all agree, if y'all felt the same way. So let's get to Carmen. I want Carmen and Paul to be the next individuals to skip to their loo. Skip to your loo off the show, okay? I want both of them to go. And let me tell y'all, Carmen is not ready for love. She's not ready for love. She's not ready to love. Hear me. You walk into this place holding hands with your ex, and then when you get in there, of course, y'all know she got to show cleavage. She got to show off, and she ain't got nothing else to offer, honey, okay, besides some contacts and them breasts. So she's like, listen, I got to show you what it is that I'm working with. And then on some side, I dress like this for you. I said, what kind of shit is... Now, what the fuck? Now, you know, girl, if you want to be with your ex, just say that. You mean ready to get back with my ex? Is that the show that you need to be on? I don't know. Something was off. I ain't like it, Miss Carmen. But anyway, she ended up bringing Paul and Donovan, okay? Paul arrives, and of course, he's shocked. He don't know what the hell going on. He's like, who the hell is this? Oh, this is my ex, okay? Because I know Paul probably was like, oh, this is a new dude that added to the process. We got more people. I thought it wasn't going to be no more people, right? So Donovan gets there, and the ex had asked them, like, what's their intentions or something like that with Miss Carmen. I'm like, you need to be asking her about her mother and intentions, sir. But anyway, Donovan talking about, so why, you know, I just want her to grow. I just want her to continue to grow, and, you know, into the woman she's supposed to be and just make her happy. I said, that's vague as hell. You have absolutely no intention. So thank you for that answer, because that's what I got from it. Okay. Paul over there talking about, well, my first intention is to make her my girl. Then my next intention is to make her my fiance. And then shortly after that, I want her to be my wife. I said, ain't that the chronological order of things? What the fuck is we doing, Paul? I said, if y'all don't, like, after this, I feel like I probably wasn't paying that much attention to everybody else, okay? Because I'm just like, why are we here? Why are we spending so much time on these exes, girl? What the fuck? And let's get to Ace X and Laverne, okay? So Laverne get there. The ex asked, like, are you jealous? Are you a jealous guy or whatever, right? Laverne said no. He said, I'm adamant. I ain't got a jealous bone in my body. Laverne, as much as you lack emotion, you are emotional. So for me, I believe that that is indeed a lie, according to the lie detector test, okay? That was a lie. What else? The ex was trying to cause some type of trouble, I feel, because when Tori came, I think he kind of asked like a similar question or said some slick stuff, right? Tori gonna talk about somehow Ace gives him peace and all this and that. And I said, why are you saying the same shit that you sat up here and heard Laverne say while y'all was sitting up there in the room? And when you that sat up there and said that she wasn't giving you that same energy, wasn't you one of the men that was agreeing? Like when Laverne was speaking so highly of Ace, wasn't you one of the guys that was like, I ain't see that. I don't know what he talking about. I ain't see no kind of, what are you over there talking about? Wasn't you one of those guys? And then now you want to talk about she give you peace and all, baby girl, if y'all don't end the show this week, because these folks is terrible, okay? So what was interesting for me was Ace's ex, for me, was asking questions like he wanted to date the men. And I said, then just say that shit, okay? Because that's how it was coming off. And then the look that he gave Laverne, when Laverne said, I think he said when he ain't got a jealous bone or whatever, he was like, I'm like, the look that he gave, it was just like a, oh, you ain't jealous? Okay, then. Well, I mean, so me and you, we can see each other. All right. Like, that's what he was giving. And it's like, that's fine, but just say that. Okay, you cute. You probably was the cutest ex out there. But, girl, I was like, do you want to be with them? Because, Ace, I'm starting to feel, ma'am, the questions he's asking is not for you. It's not for you because, see, you can't pick both of these mothers. Okay, one of them gonna have to be left on the hook. And he trying to see which one he finna snatch up. But I'm just letting you know, girl. I'm trying to give you a heads up. But anyway, let's keep going. He did tell Ace something that was interesting. He said, if you want a man to lead you, then you need to choose Laverne. But if you would like to be the person that leads a man, then you could go with Tori. And I was like, damn. Well, he did. He was able to clear that up and pay attention to that real quick in comparison to, you know, how we've been watching the show play out. We know that Tori, to me, is a man, is not I want to say a man boy, but man child. Like something about it, like any man going around continuing to talk about how he'll mess up your kidneys with his DICK, like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything about anatomy or none of that, do you? Like, I hate it. Like, he's a kid. He's a kid. Thank you so much, Lisa Joyous, for the super chat. I feel the ex was able to see through Laverne BS all over. You think so? I don't think so. Maybe so. Maybe he was. And he was just doing a comparison between both of them. Like, if you want to be led, then let Laverne lead you. But if not, then, you know what I'm saying? Maybe so, girl. I still think he was trying to find him one for himself. But either way, girl, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. What else we got? Sabrina and Demetrius. And they meet her ex. I really didn't pay attention to this. All I have is her ex meets Demetrius, Tori, and Donovan. And Tori had no questions, okay? But Donovan did come in with all the questions. But I didn't get, it was nothing else, honey. It was nothing for me. The Kia and Clifton, no notes at all. None. Tina, we could talk about Tina, Demetrius, and Paul. Maybe I got a little something with them. Tina actually, to me, looked very pretty. I don't know what it was. I feel like maybe her makeup was lighter. It looked more natural or something. Like something about her look. Because it seems like she's giving us different looks every time she's hit the camera. She looked like different people every time she hit the camera. But on the other night's episode, I thought she looked very pretty. Excuse me. So, oh yeah, I was over it by this time. Okay. By the time we got to that date, girl, I was over it. I was over a few other ones. I said Tina looked pretty. It seemed like her makeup was more natural. We talked about that. Paul is irritated. He says that he never heard her ex say if she's ready to love. But I guess the ex asks, like, are y'all ready to love? But then Paul says, I never heard the ex say she ready to love. And I'm just like, did you ask the fucking question, Paul? Every time you either feel like you have competition or a woman is not solely focused on your ass or doesn't want you, then you start to create these little things like, well, I don't know about this and da. Oh, I think she need to be voted off because she ain't interested in me. Oh, I think da. Like, Paul, you're a hater. Get your ass off the show. Okay, skip to your loo. All right. What else? The ladies roundup. So he lets the ladies know about Eric leaving the process. Right. Dakia says, I think that'd be good for him. I think that'd be good for him. And I'm just like, I felt the way about it, but didn't feel a way at the same time. I felt the way because I'm like, girl, you act like it was for me, like deep. But then that's just me, right? But at the same time, it's like, I mean, those are her standards. You know what I'm saying? She didn't like it. She didn't appreciate it. Cool. But I just feel like check a person and put them in their place. That's why I feel like it must have been more to the story than what she over here sharing with America. Because I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I guess, girl, whatever you want to do, honey. Let's move on. When it came down to the guys, okay, all the ladies discussed their dates. When it came down to the guys, they decided on Laverne and Tori. Okay. So Tori, we already know Tori was the person that they decided on was ready to love. So Tori was going to stay. And now all of a sudden that Kia over there like, oh, you like Kia. You like Kia. I wasn't looking at you like that before, but you look a little cute right now. And I'm like, girl, he only looking cute because your ass ain't got no options for real. Let's be clear. So Laverne meets with Sabrina. Okay. He says that he heard, he said, oh, first of all, Laverne came in the already heated. Like, he got too many mood swings for me. 1 minute we all hanging out at the little pool house or whatever, and you off to the side standoffish. And then you got the audacity later on that night to try and play a game with America. It's like, we don't want to play games with you. You weren't even trying to talk to us earlier today. Now you want to play a game? You are the game. Get the fuck on, okay? It's over. Like, I hate it. So he comes in, didn't even shake hands. She tried to hug him. He was like, shit. He was like dapping her. She's like, oh, so we can't hug? He's like, no, we can't. We can't hug. I don't fuck with you like that. I don't play like that. I don't play like that. I don't fuck with you like that. So then he ends up letting us know that some of the ladies teamed up to get him out and to try and split up he and Ace. Okay. He says it was Sabrina, Carmen, and somebody else. I can't remember who. Was it Tina? Sabrina, Carmen, and Tina or something like that, he said. So she tried to, we talked about that, hug him or whatever. Sabrina tells him about the ugly energy that he's bringing in. He says he isn't, he said, I'm not going to hug a person that I don't like that. Okay, you got a right. That's your body. You ain't got to take my energy through a hug. I mean, that's okay. But I also ain't got to take your weak ass energy that you're giving me right now. So if I could politely get the hell up and leave, y'all could tell this motherfucker he ain't ready to love. Instead of letting me sit up here getting disrespected, y'all need to pull in a producer or somebody. Okay, so anyway, he says, yeah, I heard about y'all up playing. Well, what plan are you talking about, Laverne? You not a plan to get me up out of the house. Yeah, it was like 3 of y'all. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like 3 of y'all. She said, well, if you just let me sit down and explain, then I can, I can explain it. And then he said something like, well, if you just say it wasn't true, then say it wasn't true. She was like, well, it's not true. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Well, I don't care anyway. Well, then why the fuck is we talking, bro? Why are we having a conversation if you don't give a damn? Why are we talking? Okay, you asking this lady to tell you if it's not true. She said it's not true. Let me explain to you how we do it. It don't matter what you say because I don't believe you. Okay, then fine. Then motherfucker, you ain't ready to love. I don't give a damn. Like, okay, I'm still here. So what we doing? So Laverne to me is bogus, 100%. And then this is what bothered me when she started telling him about his terrible energy that he was giving off. He was looking at her like his face was giving like the audacity of you to tell me that I'm being rude, like because you are. The audacity of you to not just go along with my antics in this moment. What? Girl, I hate it. Then he goes on to open up and say that Precious was the one to tell him about the scheme that the ladies had, cooked up. All right. And I really was thinking that it was Ace. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was Ace. And he decided to not throw Ace under the bus, but more so throw Precious under the bus. And Precious, not you hang from the outside of the club because you couldn't no longer stay in. Not you hating and trying to rat the girls out and tell them what was what. When they sent you home last week, not you showing loyalty to the same men that sat up there and told your ass you got to go because you ain't ready to love. What? Girl, I hope they eat you up at the reunion. Let's keep going. So the producers, at this point, Sabrina decided she's going to leave. Like, I'm good. Like, you're disrespectful. You're rude. You're this. You're that. Baby, I'm out. And so the producers told him to apologize. This man said, I'm not going to apologize for shit. Now watch, I feel like when we get to the reunion and nephew Tommy checks him, then we're going to see an apology come out his damn mouth, right? And I feel like how he handled that particular situation with her makes me feel like he had no respect for the overall process as a whole. As a whole, I don't think he had respect for her. But okay, either way, honey, good luck. Let's go ahead and move on. So we already talked about Ready to Love. That's pretty much everything that happened on the show. Okay. I'm glad that Laverne's gone because I feel like he was a jerk, highly disrespectful. The energy he gave Sabrina was not warranted at all, but yet here we are. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and switch gears. And let's talk about Marry Me Now. Okay. This is a really interesting show. And I hope it's not going to be a show where it's going to be so let me give y'all a little back real quick. So this show, Marry Me Now, are about couples that's been together for some time. Okay. The name of the girl that we met, or the couple we met this time, was Mooch and Ken. They had been together for like 2 years. They met each other on social media, right? So this show is about couples that's been together for some time, and one of the individuals is looking to, elevate the relationship into a marriage. So what's going to happen is they're going to propose to the person that they desire. Okay, obviously they mate, and I think they're going to do it within like 3 days, and then like get everything planned and stuff, and propose to the person. And on the same day that they propose, if that person says yes, then there's going to be a wedding, right? Now, this first particular episode with Mooch and Ken is the man and Mooch is the young lady, all right? Now, Mooch actually was the one that ended up proposing to her husband. Now, in the previews, we saw another woman propose to her guy, right, in the previews. And I'm like, let's not make this a show where it's always the woman proposing to the man, because what it sounds like to me y'all are trying to do which is cute and highly entertaining, y'all are trying to normalize women proposing to their man. And I guess it is okay when I think about it to normalize that, if that's what you're okay with, because it's your relationship, but I just hate if it embarrasses you, like if that person ends up saying no because you are taking steps away from them. Some men may sit around all their life thinking about how they gonna propose to their woman or something. You know what I'm saying? So they probably had it all laid out and you just robbed them of that opportunity. So you decided to do it because they weren't moving as fast as you wanted them to move. But you know what I'm saying, girl, if that's what you want to do, then who the hell am I? Good luck. All right, so let's keep going. So Mooch and Ken. So like I said, she's ready to marry her guy. They met on social media and they've been together for about 2 years, okay? I do feel like that's like a rush. Like if you've been with somebody for 2 years, like some people can do it. Like I've heard of couples actually that had one night stand and still together to this day, like 10 years. You see what I'm saying? But I just feel like 2 years, I do feel like that's a bit soon, but again, to each his own. what else? So she tells him that the show that they're on is actually like a reality show for them searching for a home. They're looking for a house. Whole time she's planning to propose, okay? She's talking to her family, his family, all of that. Well, not all his family, girl. We're going to talk about that, okay? Now, he has been married before. He was married for about 8 years, okay, before it ended. She says that it's a timing thing, but she is jumping ahead of his timeline. She thinks that he does want to get married at some point, but she's jumping ahead of the timeline, and she's okay with that. And I'm kind of like, you sure? Okay, we're going to see. Okay, so she plans to persuade him into saying yes because she's in sales and it ain't a thing for her. Right? Now, here's the thing for me. She's been with this man for 2 years and has never met any of his family. And when she's brought it up, he's like, you're dating me. You're not dating my family. But also she said that times that he's flown out to go see his mom, she wasn't able to go. And she also, and if it wasn't because she wasn't able to go, it also was because she didn't want to intrude, right, on what they had going on or something like that. She said, I didn't want to take away the family time or the mommy son time or something like that. And I said, you already taken away from that when you decide to propose to this man without his mama even knowing or any, you know what I'm saying, without you having met her or none of that. And she probably wanted to not be a part of the process, but at least be there. Like, I just feel like you were already kind of like taken away already. But okay. So what else happened? So surprisingly, her family, all of her family, surprisingly, are okay with it. Her grandmama, her mama, her sister, her daddy, her brother. And I said, y'all, it's the fakest black family up here. Cause it ain't no mother way. I'm finna sit up here and no, man, I don't think all my family finna agree with that. Now they might just be like, well, shit, I ain't agree with it, but it's her life. She gonna do what she wanna do any damn way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, y'all could have at least had said that. Everybody was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm excited for you. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be amazing. Okay, then, I guess, girl. I mean, lucky for her, it worked out, but y'all need to stop the cap. Anyway. So her mom did tell her, like, when you just, first of all, the mama did not agree. The mama wanted to say, what the fuck you think you doing? But the grandmama said, is an elephant happy? I'm coming back, baby. I'm going to be here for that wedding. I'm happy. I'm happy for you, girl. So the mama like hell you is. And then the daughter was like, well, mama, what you think? What you think, mama? Mama, what you think? She was like, well, if your grandmama is happy, then I'm just do what you want to, baby. Like, girl, cut it out. No, you need to be honest and be real. Okay, so Mooch said something that was interesting about her man, Ken. She said that he was like, he's a very private person, right? And I feel like that's fine. When it came down to like the Rebecca, I think that was the lady the wedding planner, the lady that's over therapist, whatever. So Rebecca told her, like, listen, you know, with you not meeting his family with the entire time that you've been with this man, you do know that is a bit of a red flag, right? And she was like, yeah, well, you know, one thing about Ken, he's a very private person. So I understand that. And I say that's cool and cute for him to be private, but I feel like not with your mate, right? Not with your mate. Okay. And it was a bunch of excuses that you're giving me of, oh, well, whenever I could go, you know what I'm saying? Or whenever I couldn't go, I just let him do his thing. And like you came up with excuses, but you do know that there are holidays, right? You do know that y'all could have 2 years, girl, multiply the days. Y'all could have planned a weekend trip where y'all blocked it off. So you over here coming up with excuses. But if that's what you want to do, girl, good luck. Let's keep going. All right, so we talked about her telling her dad, like I said, the whole family was supportive as hell, fake as hell, in my opinion, but okay. She talks about, not meeting the family, but at some point she ended up meeting the sister. She met his sister and his niece, okay? So they met each other, chit-chatty patty. The next day, she talked to the sister. She was like, listen, girl, you know I just met you, honey, but I'm about to drop a bomb. Listen, I'm about to propose to your brother, girl. Yes, girl, I'm finna propose to your brother, and we probably finna sit up here and get married too, girl. We finna get married. And the sister was like, okay. Oh, yeah, that's exciting. And I'm just like, you're not happy, girl. But I can tell everybody, and I can't really fault them for this 100%. on not wanting to embarrass their family member on TV. That's because I feel like that's the angle that they went with, not wanting to embarrass their family member. But I feel like it would have been better if y'all would have just kept it honest with her. Okay. But if that's how you feel honestly, then okay, honestly, truly, then good luck. What else happened? So the day of the proposal, they downtown. It looked like they was like in the midtown area or somewhere, girl. So they downtown, wherever they in midtown. Girl, they got this lady dragging her beautiful dress across the streets. Not across the streets, honey. He could be a dinner or something. So they had her drag her little dress across the street while he's standing over there doing like an interview. And then the lady walks off, have him slowly turns around. He see his woman. They hug, they kiss. He's questioning like what's going on, what's happening. She gives him this speech about how amazing he is and all this other great stuff and how will he marry her. Now, what I can appreciate, I will say this, her asking him will he marry her, she did not get down on her knee. Now, I do feel like, okay, girl, like that's his thing. Let him get on his knee. Okay, why is y'all women getting on y'all knees? Okay, so let him do his thing. So she just stood up there, hugged him, and asked him if he would marry her. And she was like, yeah. She's like, okay, great. So like today, would you do it today? Or whatever. And he was like, what the fuck? Yeah, sure. And he also was leading with, I don't want to embarrass you on TV. Okay, so he decided to say yes. What else ended up happening? They get into the car and he asked her if she was scared or something like that. And she was like, no, I'm just excited to be your wife and all this other stuff. And he was like, well, I'm scared. She looked disappointed, but needless to say, it still went down. Okay. They ended up getting married. So we shall see. Hell, hopefully at the end of the season, they do a check-in to see what's going on with these people. Are they still married and where they are in their relationship? You feel what I'm saying? Okay. So that was pretty much that. I mean, she was a gorgeous girl to me. She was very pretty, had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful smile. So her smile, just seeing how hard she cheesed, made you want to be happy for her at the same time. Like, oh, she's so cute. She got what she wanted. She, you know, whatever. I'm glad he didn't embarrass her and say no. She going through all of these, you know, links to do stuff. But at the same time, you know, I'm like, you know, it won't work for me. But if it worked for you, then good luck. All right. So there's that, honey. Let me see what y'all saying today. We're going to move on to Love and Marriage. Huntsville, honey. Okay. He's been with her for 2 years. The only way to know for sure if he wants her as his wife is to wait for him to ask. And there's that. Okay. I'm not proposing to no man. If a man wants to wife you, he will ask and propose. Period. Okay. I couldn't watch this show past 5 minutes, but where are all of these women? But were all of these women black? From the previews, that's what it looks like. Now, we might see some, you know, that's just what they use in a preview. I don't recall seeing a white one or an Asian one or anything else, okay? So I think they might be all, you know, black women, okay? I would never embarrass myself on national TV. You could tell all in his face he wasn't really here for it. He wasn't. He was definitely bothered and hesitant, but you could tell to me he was leading with, I don't want to embarrass you. You went through this far. Let's just do it. And he probably also was thinking, hell, if it don't work out, I'll divorce you like we did with the first one, okay? So, yikes. All right, girl. So there's that. All right. Now, in this time, honey, we are about to switch over to Love and Marriage Huntsville. But if you guys could go ahead and like the video, that would be great. Okay. Go ahead and hit the like button on the video for your girl. If you're not already subscribed, okay, go ahead and subscribe. To those of you guys on TikTok, we are over here on YouTube. Okay. If you like to be a part of the conversation, come on over. The link is in the bio, dear hearts. Okay. All right, is y'all ready? I said, is y'all ready to talk about Love and Marriage Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and get right on into Love and Marriage Huntsville, guys. All right. So we start off with Tisha and Marsau. Okay. Tisha and Marsau, we found out that Marsau actually went to Africa and Tisha wanted to go with him, but he said that he needed this time to himself. Okay. He did not want to go with her. And she felt the way about that. And I am in the middle. Okay. I understand Tisha feeling a way about him going out of the country internationally. right? Without her. But at the same time, I understand as a human why he may have needed that time, because he has been talking about being depressed and things. All I could ask is that when it's Tisha's time to go out of the country, and if she decides to go to Paris or wherever the hell she decides to go, we want to hear none of your mouth. Okay? Marsau, Scott, come to the front. Marsau, Scott, come to the front. We do not want to hear your mouth when it's time for Tisha to go on her solo sabbatical or whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, when she goes on her trip, we don't want to hear nothing. Nathaniel, okay? So he says that he needed a break away from everything. I do feel like that comment was a bit selfish to me, because it's like, how dare you? How dare you sit up there and say you needed a break from everything? So see, y'all finna see how I'm so conflicted, right? Because on the human element, I get it. But also, now that you somebody's husband, it's like, I don't get it. Like, don't say that. Like, I needed a break from everything, as though she doesn't do a lot. And when they did the Social Mania episode, y'all did not like how they downplayed her accomplishments. Y'all know Tisha I know she finished the master's. I feel like she may have gotten 2 masters, okay? She works on like different real estate projects that she got going on. She's a mom of like 3 fucking kids, okay? All right, so she has a whole lot, honestly, going on. Whether y'all like Tisha, whether y'all don't like Tisha, Tisha got a lot going on. Then she has to deal with his as a husband. So for you to say you needed a break from everything as though she didn't need one, and because you rely on her so much, if it's time for her to take her own trip, you're going to make that an issue. You're going to give her the 3rd degree about it. You're going to feel like she need to take the kids with you, or at least take the girls with her. And that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's be fair. So Tisha, you need to go and plan your trip for 2022. And wherever you finna go overseas without his ass, period. Okay, and no motherfucking kids. Leave him at the house. Let him take care of them. Okay. So Tisha says that she has a lot on herself as well, and would have loved to have gone with him, but he didn't even invite her. Here's another thing. Yeah, you didn't invite her. I feel like he could have probably did this. Let's say he went for a week, right? I'm going to go by myself for the first 2 to 3 days, so I can just have some time to myself. And then you can come on the end part of the trip, so that way we can get reconnected with each other. Because I think that was another thing that was an issue with their marriage last season. Like, of course, he's over here working himself into the ground and stuff, but also is causing them to not be as close and connected as she would like, okay? We saw when they went to Houston, okay, for the little wine or some of the connection, I'm going to say a networking event or whatever they had conference going on, and how she tried to do some sexy, wear her sexy attire, and he wasn't even really interested or paying attention to that. And I feel like you need that. You know what I'm saying? You need to do the sex and stuff so you can get reconnected and all that with your partner. So what better way to do that by going over to Africa or wherever y'all went and y'all humping like rabbits and stuff? You know what I'm saying? So you already know there was an issue within y'all marriage, child. So yeah, no. Okay. You should have invited her, at least on the ending part of the trip, because I understand if you do need some time, because I think he does run himself into the ground with trying to do the real estate. We heard him talk about his focus being getting to the money, grinding, making sure his kids don't have to, right? So now he's starting to change his mindset on that. Okay. Marsau says his focus at this time is now his family and his loved ones. Marsau wants his kids to live every day instead of not being able to be somewhere, because he and Tisha got to work. So he wants to make sure that he's around more, and we hope to see it. And that the kids are not able to miss some events because, oh, mom and dad got to do this and that. So you won't be able to go to such and such party, or you won't be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? So he's starting to understand that part. Okay. Thank you so much, Jessica Joseph, for the super chat. Jessica says he ain't got time for a fam vacay, but went to Africa. Ooh. That was an issue. That's right. Yeah, that was an issue on last season. Correct. She wanted a family vacay, wanted him to come down to Disney World with her. She had to go and do things solo, but then he turned around and went to Africa solo. I'm sorry, she didn't want him to do things solo. She wanted him to come with the family, okay, and spend some family time together down in Disney World or whatnot. And he couldn't go because of work or whatever, but then turned around and made time to go to Africa. That was a great observation, Miss Jessica. I'm glad that you brought that to the front, okay? I am glad that you brought that to the front, all right? Because he was definitely wrong for that. And this is why Tisha get a lot of flack, because she just goes along. And I hate it for Tisha, because I know as much as you want your marriage and you don't want to be like Mel and Martell or whatever the people say about, you know, being divorced and all this. I know you don't want to be a part of that stigma or whatever you want to call it, but there's also nothing wrong with finding your voice and speaking your voice to this man. Okay, I feel like you've been with Marsau enough to know how to exercise your voice in the marriage, and it just doesn't seem like it's always being exercised, nor is it being considered or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just see, girl. He says that he's valuing time more than he's valuing money these days. And he also speaks on how he wants an assistant and he wants a chief of staff. All right. She's like, girl, what's a chief of staff? He said an assistant. I said, is it? Okay, then. Well, whatever y'all want to call it, you need somebody that's going to help out. Okay. And she says that she wants him to get she wants to choose the person that's going to work with him. And she prefers that person be an older woman. And I said, you must not know how these old women be getting down too. Girl, didn't your mama just sit up here and tell you that she got menses? Okay, did she say she got a man and a boyfriend? Girl, and one of them probably young. Ain't no telling, girl. So I don't know why you sitting up here thinking you finna be safe with an older one. But either way, girl, good luck. All right, so let's keep going. Tisha then calls out Marsau. She changes the subject, right? Because she really didn't want to talk about that. Talk about saying, but you messy. You knew you shouldn't have posted that picture. You knew you should not have posted that picture of your brother. Why you air him out like that? Girl, I see you, Tisha, trying to change the subject. Marsau says that Maurice wants to be an attorney when answering questions on a technical basis. Basically, he wants to be careful with his answers, okay? But facts don't lie. And I'm with Marsau on this. I'm sorry, y'all be mad y'all want to. As much as I love Kimmi, I'm glad Marsau aired out his damn brother because I do feel like Maurice like to tiptoe in his J's, okay? And whatever little heels he got on that day, he likes to tiptoe and act like he's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the safer guys, and you're not. You're not. So I'm glad your brother called your bluff. All right, been up here lying to the people. Girl, and then Tisha says that then she goes on to talk about Miss A, okay? And from Miss A is Ariane. For those of you guys that do not know, that is the mother of Martell's fifth child, right? Martell's fifth child. Yes, and longtime side woman, okay, to his marriage when he was with Miss Melody Holt, okay? Now Melody Cherie. All right, so that's her. Now Tisha says that, oh, Miss A, she want to be relevant so bad. Like, she want to be relevant so bad about calling them cheaters, and she just kept it going. And Marsau said, okay, Tisha, we got it. Okay, Tisha. But you're doing exactly what it is that you said that you wasn't going to do. And so you be doing all this mother talking on TV, and then you be back here watching yourself at a later time, and then you be over there like, baby, you should just stop me so I don't be saying all the stuff that I be saying. So here it is. I'm over here trying to stop you from saying this shit. Because in a minute, you're going to be disappointed that you even said something. So if the person is irrelevant, why is you even bringing them up? Okay, she's like, okay, then, all right. I'm going to be quiet. I ain't gonna say that. But listen, then she had turned around and said, I said, Tisha, girl, you know you care. You know you care, okay? She kept trying to talk about it, but Marsau had to definitely check her, put her in her place. Like, don't even bring it up. He said, if a person calls you a dog, doesn't mean you have to respond or something like that. Y'all know Marsau is the only person that can come up with the weirdest shit and make it make sense. At least for himself, okay? But I definitely understood where he was coming from. Like, I mean, shit, if you feel like they're irrelevant, then it's like, why continue to breathe life into what they saying and trying to make them even more relevant? Like, they could still be relevant in somebody else's world, but they ain't got to have shit to do with what's going on over here just because they spoke on us, you know? So I understood it. Anyway, let's get to Martell and Lewis. Give me 1 second here. Let me blow this up. Martell and Lewis. So Martell goes over to see Lewis at, you know, the batting cage or whatever the little spot that Lewis got going on, honey. Martell says that he been going through it mentally and emotionally. I said, and you mean financially too, right? Okay, add that one to the pile. Add it to the pile, baby. We know that you have definitely been going through it, honey. Okay. Martell says that Mel isn't doing the things she's supposed to do. I said, here we go again. What she didn't do this time, Martell? What she didn't do? Okay, it's always Martell told something. She didn't do what she's supposed to. Did you do what you were supposed to do? See, had you done what you were supposed to do, we wouldn't even be here. You know that, right? Okay, but we here now. Okay, so he says that she got 2 phones and she ain't been answering his calls. One of the phones that she has where he has access to, I guess that's the phone she keeps off. That's fucked up. So he ain't been able to like really interact with her so that he can get his kids and spend time with them and all that other stuff. Okay. So then Louis brings up Mel stepping out, talking about the reunion and how Martell said Mel stepped out and all this other stuff, right? Martell says that she was cheating on him around the same time that he was cheating on her, but I'm the only person out here being ridiculed for. I'm the only person out here catching it at work, right? So then they flash back to where Mel pretty much admitted to cheating on him, but says that she did not consider it cheating because she moved out and got her own spot for what, maybe a month or two, and then she came back into the house, I think. Don't quote me on that, because I feel like it was like maybe like a few months, maybe three at most. I'm not sure. I feel like she said it on one of the episodes. But that's why she didn't feel like it was cheating, because she moved out and then she did her thing and then she came back into the household. Y'all tell me if y'all feel like that was cheating, right? I don't know. I don't know if it was cheating or not, because I feel two ways. Hey, Armarian, I feel two ways. I feel like at the end of the day, you were still married. So if you engaged in any activity under that marriage umbrella, then it was cheating. But at the same time, I feel like, girl, I wouldn't know what's I'm in the situation. BIT, and I done moved out the house and feel like me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So no, I didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me what y'all think, especially you married folk out there, honey. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the super chat. She says he lost his storyline without Mel too. Everything gone, just everything gone. I feel like the only little piece he do got with the storyline is Miss A that's not even on the show. The little piece that he could talk about, and the kids, and that's it. But once that's done, then what else we talking about, Martell? You can't keep blaming her talking about something she didn't do what she was supposed to do this time. Like, come on, right? So then we get to Louis. Louis brings up the photo. Yeah, the photo that Marsau posted, okay? And how Marsau threw Maurice under the bus, which he kind of did, but I feel like high key Maurice threw himself under the bus, because had he never lied, okay, at the end of the day, here's the thing for me. Let's not make the issue more about the photo that was put up on Marsau's page, okay? Let's not do that. The issue at hand is Maurice lying. That's the focal point, not the photo. The photo's not the focal point. The focal point is the lie that Maurice told. And here's the gag. We already knew that he lied. Everybody that watched the reunion knew Maurice was lying. Like, how your brother was privy to it, but you wasn't privy to it. And y'all all been friends around the same amount of time. Like, we know you lying. Okay, so the issue ain't even the photo. It's your lies. But let's keep going. What else? Martell says that he was disappointed in Marsau. I said, I know you're not disappointed in nobody. I know you. Come to the front, Martell Holt. Martell Holt, come to the front. Martell Holt, come to the front. I know you're not disappointed in nobody. When you was going through your own situation and you tried to sit up there and throw Marsau under the bus talking about you was out here with 20 women. Hey, Miss Wanda, how are you? Okay? You was up here talking about some, you out here acting like you ain't been with 20 women yourself. Okay? So now that he do this, you want to sit up here and say that you disappointed in him. No, we're disappointed in you. Okay? Anyway, so Martell says that he doesn't want Maurice's marriage to end over some stuff over some stuff that's been out here or whatever like that. And I'm like, baby, it's not going to end because Kimmi not going nowhere. And that's just on P. And I told y'all that already. I said, should this stuff come out to even be actual factual, Kimmi's not leaving her husband at this time, because I do feel like it was old, or at least that's going to be an excuse that was used. And we heard Kimmi use that. In my opinion, when she tried to excuse it by saying, technically, we weren't married, but we were dating. And I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter. And then we find out that you tell Mel, we got a house together. And I said, BIT, how you over here getting a house together, but then want to talk about it wasn't technically cheating. And the way Maurice was out here electrosliding and doing all this dancing and everything around these questions, I said, baby, he did it. Ain't nobody for to tell me nothing else. He did it. 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 But he did it. Mm-hmm. He did it. Whatever she said he did that shit. He did it. It's okay. It's okay. It's the past. We're going to move on, but you did it. What else? So Kimmi and Maurice. So she overwhelmed and brings up Marsau in his post because she's pissed about it. Here's another thing that I do not like. And Maurice has been doing this shit since last season. And I do not like this wholeheartedly. And I really want Maurice to truly work on this. And he may not do this off camera, but when he does it on camera, it makes me think that this is how he is. I don't like how he has such a disregard for how Kimmi feels about situations. That's a fucking problem for me. If you see that this is something that bothers her, like, have a serious conversation about it. Instead of saying, like, are you serious? Are you asking me that? And then you doing all this tip tapping and dancing and backflips and all this other stuff that you over here doing, break dancing. I hate it. I don't like when he does that to her. Because Kimmi is not a dumb woman by far, but it makes me cringe when she kind of lets him have his way sometimes. At least that's how it comes off, right? It's like she just be like, okay. You know, I do not like that. I don't like that at all. But anyway, so Kimmi didn't understand the concept of the post. She didn't know like where Marsau was going with this. Maurice says that Marsau wanted to be funny and says that people called him a liar, but then says he told us he was there. Oh yeah, he said, yeah, people call me a liar, but I said I was there. I said, where? Where the fuck? Where did you say that shit at? Because we never saw that. We didn't see that. You lying again, girl. Fart on those bars because he lying. Kimmi says that in the confessional, she says he cheated by definition and it wasn't cool. And I said, I told y'all Kimmi wasn't going nowhere. Okay. The fact that she said he cheated by definition and it was cool, but technically we weren't married at that time. Okay. Kimmi says that people started to text her out of nowhere. Mel was also one of those people that text her to check on her to make sure she was good. Right. So she asked him if he slept with a linebacker. He asked, are you really asking me this? Okay. I'm like, Maurice, just, okay, just answer it. Maurice was about to give a bunch of excuses because she's like, baby, Lisa, I just need a yes and I need a no. Okay, which one? Which one is it? Okay, I don't need all the extraness that you're trying to give me. What is going to be a short answer? Okay. So he says, no. Yeah. So Maurice says no. And then he says he would never, he said, I would have never dated a linebacker. That's what Maurice said. Maurice said, no, I didn't do it. And I would have never dated a linebacker. Girl, the people said, but you married one. And I didn't say that. I'm telling you what the people said that you did. Okay. The people said, y'all are disrespectful as hell. Cause them comments was like, you married one and you got the audacity to have America thinking that you want to sit up here and mess on one. And when they say marry one, they're not talking about Kimmi. Okay? Because Kimmi is far from that. All right. So I'm just telling you what the people had said. They was talking the first time around. That's just what they said. Cause I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say that. I was just telling you, I'm just regurgitating what the folks had said. They said you had already dipped into that pond. So don't be trying to act like you wouldn't dip into that pond again. Kimmi is all cap. Thank you so much, Phil, for the super chat. It's funny because Kimmi didn't care when it was just Marsau and Tisha wanted sympathy. Now she cared because Maurice is involved. Oh my. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Phil. What else we got? So Kimmi tells him that he and Marsau like to act like they don't care when they really need to because it affects them. Then she brings up Tisha and how, Tisha included, it affects her as well. So then he tells her she should support Tisha. I said, look at this mother here deflecting, baby. If you ain't an attorney, I don't know what the you are. Okay, it's the deflection for me. But shout out to Kimmi because Kimmi was able to catch that when he was like, well, if you're so concerned about Tisha, then I think that you should just go and call your sister and check on her. And I know Kimmi wanted to say, first of all, y'all need to stop calling this girl my motherfucking sister. Understand, okay? Please understand, this is sister by marriage. Y'all be trying to force this image. The only people related here is you and Marsau. But y'all need to stop trying to call this force this girl on me. Stop that. Okay, we cool. Didn't I tell y'all at the reunion I could take her or leave her? So stop doing that. I know she wanted to cuss him out just for that. Stop putting this lady on me, baby. Okay, we good. What else? So then she tells him that he's deflecting. Okay, shout out to her for that. So she wants him to care and doesn't want to, and he doesn't want to care. He says, well, I don't care, but I'm only willing to care if it affects you. But I don't give a damn. What the hell you think it's doing now? If she's having a conversation with you now and she's telling you that it's affecting her, you should care. What the fuck is he? Smooth talker and a smooth walker, you, sir. Okay? Maurice, you're full of it. And I don't like it. But I love Kimmi. And we're not going to stand for your foolishness here. Not in 2022. So get it together. And you better have it in order by the time the reunion rolls around. Oh, girl, he just, I didn't like that. You should care. And that's another example of how I just feel like he disregards how she feels a lot of the times. And she just kind of like, I don't know if like, she doesn't want to argue with something. So she just gets like passive. She's starting to kind of take the same role as Tisha a little bit, but she's a bit like Kimmi and Tisha exude different types of energies. Okay. And I lack of a better word, I feel like Kimmi's energy is much more stronger than Tisha's, but still I see her take that backseat role kind of when it comes to him, the same way Tisha does it with Marsau. I feel like Tisha, maybe that's what it is. Tisha does it all the time with Marsau, whereas Kimmi don't do it all the time, but sometimes she does, right? Anyway, so we get to Destiny in the booth. Girl, if y'all don't get the fuck. Girl, if y'all don't cut this shit. So Destiny is in the booth. And I said, cue the auto-tune to the highest power. You know, but I feel like, I mean, she's not bad. You know what I'm saying? She's not bad. You know, just like Mel ain't all that either. You know, so I mean, sometimes it be like, y'all sure that's what y'all want to do? I'm just trying to figure out. I'm on 10. I want to see y'all smile life. I'm on 10. Like, are y'all sure that's what y'all want to do? Girl, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to keep this shit honest. They goddamn song, Mel dropped, the sideline song, the second one. And all my friends be roasting you. I said, you sure this what you want to do? Because this one ain't it right here. The first one, yes. This, no. Okay, and then you got somebody over here talking about being on 10. Girl, I cannot. But go ahead. Y'all came out Destiny. You came out better doing a rap. You did. You came out better doing a rap than you did coming out singing, because now people gonna just drag you, I feel, because Mel did it first, even though there's room for everybody to do the same thing, okay? But I feel like you just could have been a little different, you know what I'm saying? And just rapped on that beat instead of sung on that beat, you know? And the people clowned you in that interview that you did recently when you decided to sing a song, and it was just as flat as it was when we heard you on television, okay? Yes. And then Tisha coming in there talking about, ooh, I see you, why I like it. I said, Tisha, go back to where you, go study. Go study, Tisha. Tisha, go open the book. That's what you're amazing at, okay? And you're selling one. Go open the book, Tisha. I guess, girl, but that's how you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I guess you don't want to hurt your friends' feeling, girl. You want to support all their aspirations and stuff, honey. So I guess, girl, so I'm gonna hit at some point, ain't? Oh, all right. So Destiny thanks her for first of all, Destiny confirmed that their friendship had been around for like the past year, or it's been growing or something like that. And I was like, well, thanks for confirming that, girl, because you tried to make it seem like y'all had been friends for a minute. That's what you said in your interview. But then you turn around here on TV and you said y'all been growing y'all friendship since like last year. And I said, yeah, when you and Mel fell out, right? And so when you and Mel was starting to be on the outs and she started choosing Tiffany over you or whatever other friends over you, you started to get close with Tisha. That's what that was, girl. But anyway, so Destiny tells us that she was on public assistance and she ran through her 401k at one point. This was after her divorce. So all of this had to be happening while she was on the show. And she said she was thankful that bills continued to get paid. Excuse me. I actually love this, that she was open, because I feel like this was the most open that Destiny has been with us. She wasn't going to give us a whole lot about Laverne, okay? And maybe that's still a sore spot for her, and she doesn't want to talk about that, especially being that she has a child with him. But I did appreciate her opening up about that and, you know, working on getting to a better place. So now she's at a place where she can go into the studio and lay the driest vocals that she can. So I am glad that she's in that better place, okay? So thanks for opening up. Destiny says that she hasn't spoken to Mel, and Tisha over there acting like, oh, wow, that's so messed up. Girl, I'm glad. Is she my friend? I'm sorry. That is so, oh my God. I can't believe, I'm like, Tisha, stop acting like you ain't happy. I never want to come in between you guys. This is never something that I want to do. I said, Tisha, bye. So Destiny says Mel hasn't been around, and she says that Mel has kind of like created her own boundaries. So she's cool with dealing with her from a distance. Like, those the boundaries you set, girl, we over here with it. Do what you gonna do, right? So she says that she'll continue to love and support her from a distance. So for y'all that did not see that interview, Destiny actually purchased some of Mel's products from 7th Avenue. So I guess that's what she means by I'm going to continue to support from a distance. And it's a distance that Melody created on her own, according to Miss Destiny, okay? So they speak on the LA incident. All right. They felt as though Mel kind of like was listening through the walls. Well, I don't know, girl. Either she was listening through the walls or y'all was just that loud enough for her to hear y'all. Okay. Mel overheard Tisha and Destiny talking about her. Destiny said that they had brunch at a later time, and Mel confronted her and said she told Mel everything that she said. She was like, well, I told her what I said. You know what I'm saying? I told what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have to tell what you said, bitch. I just, stood up for myself, girl. And no. I don't believe Destiny. Destiny said that the things we talked about over there in that room was the same things that people had already heard on the reunion. No, the fuck, ma'am, not. Because if it's things we already heard on the reunion, then what you talking about it? Like, what else? Usually when people talk about things that's previously had, they're adding more of their opinion and their thoughts about the situation. So, yeah. And I know you ain't talking about what we already heard because, we really didn't hear a whole lot from you. But anyway, when it comes to them being in that room and stuff, I do feel like Destiny added more thoughts, okay? And sometimes if she did it, I will say this, sometimes it's not even so much as you adding your thoughts, is you co-signing the things that another person has to say about you. And I don't think too many people is going to be willing to be friends with a bitch that you will sit up there and talk and discuss me about in a negative manner. You know what I'm saying? And not one time did I hear you have my back during that conversation. Like, what we doing? Right? So, what else happened? Tisha says, Destiny said that Mel told her, it's not the things that you said or whatever. It was more so the fact that you were actually having a conversation with my enemy. Now, when Destiny did her interview, I started to think that she was referring to Martell as the enemy. But now we see for sure it was Tisha that Mel was talking about. And Mel, she called Tisha the enemy. And Tisha like, I'm the enemy now? And it's like, Tisha, she don't put you like that. You know she don't put you like that. Now, maybe enemy was a strong word. Okay, maybe that was a strong word, but y'all definitely ain't friends, okay? Tisha ain't no friend of Mel, in my opinion. So with you knowing that, Destiny, why did you feel so comfortable engaging in conversation about Mel? And it's so funny to me because at a later time, what we gonna see? And I'm sure I'm gonna bring this up again. We're gonna see Tisha talking to her cousin saying, you did that bullshit right there. Don't be discussing me when you with Mel, but you can discuss Mel when you with Destiny. How that's supposed to work? Oh, okay. Anyway, so Destiny is confused because Mel said that she wouldn't interfere with their friendship, and up until this point she hasn't. But now that she's overheard them chit chatty patty, she's moving on. What else did they say? Tisha says that she doesn't want to come in between both of them, which was a lie to me. Tisha says that she is trying to make a big thing out of it. Tisha feels like that's what Mel is doing, trying to make a big deal out of nothing. Right? Here go Destiny. Right. Because real women have conversations and they move on. Period. And I said, well, that's what Mel did. She had a conversation with your ass and she moved on. You just weren't included as she moved on. And that's the problem for you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Mel and Kimmi. So Mel is very disappointed in, I'm sorry, not Mel, but Kimmi is very disappointed in Marsau, okay? Mel says it was because Maurice lied about being there. That's the reason why he posted it, because Kimmi like, well, why would he do this? Like, I'm still trying to understand. And Mel's like, because your husband lied. Like, let's not overlook that fact. That's the fact here, okay? He lied, all right? So his brother called this out in the subtlest way, all right? Very loud at the same time. So Kimmi still doesn't understand Marsau's plan. Right. And I'm like, well, why does it have to be a plan, though, Kimmi? Why does it I don't think it's a plan. I don't think it would need to be a plan. But OK, Kimmi says that they bought their home in 2014. And Mel had to make sure she let her know, but y'all was together. She was like, yeah, we bought our home in 2014. OK, but all of that stuff happened. The picture said circled 2015. Girl, yikes. Kimmi says that cheating is a deal breaker. And I'm like, but y'all bought a house. I told y'all Kimmi wasn't going to go nowhere. Kimmi ain't finna go nowhere no time soon. Now, if he does a slip up again, I think Kimmi would be out the door. What else? I know she was going to not care because she married. She gonna forgive him. Mel asked her if she talked to Tisha about it. Kimmi says, yeah, but she said she didn't read all of that mess. And Mel like, girl, if you believe this, okay. And Kimmi like, well, girl, why did you do that? And she was like, cause your friend fake as Let's talk about that. And I agree. She said, Mel said she be up there responding to all of the comments and stuff. But then now all of a sudden she ain't reading to all of that. This is how we know Tisha was alive. Because you was sitting up here about to relay word for word what Miss A said on her Instagram page. So I know you saw Marsau. I know you saw everything that was out there. So, girl, you was privy. You knew what was going on. I don't know why. That's why people don't be liking Tisha sometimes, because she just be trying to downplay shit. But anyway, so what else? Mel tells her that she is full of SHI and says that, yeah, she be commenting to the comments and stuff. So I don't know how she didn't see it. Kimmi is confused about Mel and Tisha. Mel tells her, because she's like, I thought y'all was cool. I thought y'all hashed everything out. And then Mel said, girl, no, the hell we didn't. Now when she sat up there at the reunion, gonna sit up there and talk about I tried to ruin her marriage. Okay, no, ma'am. And then, girl, I ain't tell you about how I was over there at the hotel and Destiny room was right next to mine. Girl, and I'm like, now, first of all, Mel, you mean to tell me you really didn't know Destiny was right next door to you? Oh, okay. So she's like, yeah, girl, I heard them in there talking about me, girl. They were saying all kind of stuff about me, and I ain't like that, right? So then she also talked about how, I had linked up with Destiny, and we had a conversation, and she ended up admitting to all the shit that she said about me. She admitted to talking shit about me, girl, and she apologized for it. Mel says that she told her that because she chose to talk about her to Tisha, she says that's a no for her. I can't fault Mel on that. I'm not going to fault Mel on that one. Ain't too many people gonna continue to rock with somebody that they found out was sitting over here talking about them to somebody else. What else happened? What else happened? So then Mel invites Kimmi to come out to a pajama party. She's like, girl, I'm doing a pajama party. I'm getting us all black pajamas. So you coming? And she's like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna come. She's like, all right, then. So I'm gonna let you know now, girl, these two bibbity bobbity boos, them is not welcome. So don't be trying to go out here running your beef cakes. What Jocelyn be saying? Your beef suckers. Okay, don't be going out here running your beef suckers or whatever, and trying to invite the girls out because they not welcome. And I said what I said, okay? So Kimmi says that she's going to go. So there's that, all right? So later on that night, we get to the Scott's dinner, okay? The Micah, which happens to be, I believe, the brother. So he wanted to have Maurice and Marsau come together so that they can sort out these issues, okay, regarding that photo. So Kimmi gets straight to the point once they get there, okay? She asked Marsau what was he thinking about when he made the post. Marsau says that he didn't think Kimmi would be a part of it. And Maurice and Kimmi is like, what you think? Like, how did you think I wasn't going to be a part of it? So Marsau is thinking this. I just thought that he was going to get reprimanded. Like, okay, you lied. You said you wasn't there, but you were there. But I didn't think that it was going to be a whole story to follow talking about how he actually messed around with somebody. And I think he was telling the truth when he said that. Nobody knew that she was going to come out and be so vocal. But Martell was in the mess too while he's sitting up there talking about somebody being disappointed in Marsau and how he did that, because you the one who got up under that very picture, sir. And you saying, shout out to Miss A. You added her and said for taking this picture. And that's what included her in on all of the mess, girl. So you had a hand in this while you sitting over there talking about how you disappointed in somebody. Baby, cut the shit. What is going on? Marsau says that he thought it was going to be like, he thought it was going to show that Maurice was actually complacent when he was spending all that time in the reunion trying to act like he wasn't that complacent or whatever, or he didn't witness anything, okay? So he was airing his brother out. Kimmi says that she doesn't understand how he doesn't think that some of his actions will affect his wife and others. Like, I don't see how you sit there and you think that, right? So Maurice decided to ask Tisha, like, what were your thoughts? How did you feel? Tisha said it really didn't bother me. I wasn't tripping too much or whatever. And then she opens up and said, in the beginning, stuff like that bothered me, but now it doesn't bother me as much, okay? So whatever, Tisha. Maurice tells Marsau that they are in a different place. In so many words, he was telling his brother, you play too much, okay? Now we in a different place with each other. I got a problem with you, okay? Marsau says, hey, I thought it was funny because it's funny to get in trouble with your wife. But I mean, not for me to get in trouble. We know not for you because you never get in trouble with your wife. Your wife stay getting in trouble with your ass, though. Anyway, so Maurice says that if he would have posted outside kids, because y'all know it was rumored that Marsau had about 2 kids. So he was like, if I would have posted the image of a crib and said outside kids, that would have been different. And then here go Tisha's house like, that would have been wrong. That ain't nice or whatever. And then Marsau said whatever he said. He was like, well, I'm just letting you know, like how you would have thought that would have felt. I still feel like that's different, okay? We do not know for a fact that Marsau has outside kids, okay? So even if you would have posted that, you would have just been trying to joke and make fun of your brother, and nothing would have happened with that. What Marsau posted on you, baby, was the fact that you lied. We already knew that you lied. Your brother came with the confirmation. So you posting a crib would not have confirmed anything for us. Okay? So you're going to have to sit in this L. Sit all the way down in it, girl. You might want to turn that L into a V so you could actually sit your ass in it, okay? There's just that. Maurice says that there are so many things that he knows that he doesn't say about this whole situation. That was interesting right before the show went off. And I'm like, well, what is the things that you know that you ain't saying? What do you mean? There are a lot of things that you know that you ain't saying about this whole city. What is it? What is it? Huh? I don't know. He probably was just trying to ruffle somebody's feathers and get him in trouble with his wife again by saying that. Ain't no telling y'all. Y'all think Marsau out here cheating? I think anything is possible. However, we ain't got nobody coming out admitting to nothing. So until that happens, I'm going to think that Marsau probably ain't out here doing a damn thing. Okay? All right. So that's just pretty much everything that happened, girl, on Love and Marriage Huntsville and all of that. It was a cute little episode for what it was. I was looking at it like, yo, a lot of the stuff that we saw in this episode was on the previews. So I was like, damn, y'all giving us a whole lot based on like all of this we saw in the previews. What's going to be left in the season? And then something was like, how dare you underestimate Carlos King? And I said, oh, you're right, girl. It's going to be a whole lot more that's going to be to come. Okay. So there's that, y'all. It was a cute episode. It was good. I want to hear you all's thoughts and everything. What was interesting too for me was that we got more images of the other couples this episode than we did of Mel and Martell. I'm used to like seeing them more, but the show didn't even open up with them. It opened up with Tisha and Marsau. So interesting. Then it followed up with Miss Kimmi. So I feel like we're going to be seeing more of everybody else SHI than we are of Mel and Martell, okay? And I'm not mad at it, all right? I want you guys to go ahead, like up the video, okay? For those of you guys that's been watching over on TikTok, we're over here on YouTube, so feel free to follow. The link is in the bio, okay? So you can be a part of the conversations when we do go live over here on the channel. Jamie, that's me. Okay, you guys, go ahead and like up the video, honey. Go ahead and subscribe if you have yet to do so. Go ahead and share the video as well. And I'm going to go ahead and hop off this thing. Girl, thank you all so much for the love, for the likes, for the super chats, all of that great stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.